Sudanese Copperbelt province brings to you The Lens, a program designed to bring insightful information on economics, mining, education, health, tourism, agriculture, environmental issues, sports, entertainment, current affairs, and many issues affecting the well-being of society. Welcome to The Lens, coming from the Copperbelt studios. And on today's program, we are featuring the Copperbelt Province Minister, Mr. Elisha Matambo, to review the year 2024, how it went on, the development project that took place in 2024 in all the sectors of the economy. And I am your host, Tovin Ngombe. Welcome to the program, Honorable Minister.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ngombe, and I want to say thank you and welcome to the program to the great people of Copperbelt.
Thank you. Honorable Minister, how do you describe the year 2024?
First of all, I want to thank God Almighty, the Creator, the Ancient of Days, for making it possible for all of us to start 2024 from January up to this day when I'm giving this interview. We want to say thank you to the Almighty for His mercies. We want to say thank you to the people of Copperbelt, the great people of Copperbelt, who are our bosses, because it's the voters who gave us the mandate to run the affairs of the country. I want to say thank you for their patience, thank you for their support, thank you for their cooperation in different angles. And I also want to say thank you so much to His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema for supporting Copperbelt from every angle. We want to say thank you on behalf of the people of Copperbelt and on my own behalf as Minister for the province. Thank you for that support which came from the President, from my fellow ministers who are line ministers, we are running line ministries. Thank you for that support. The Vice President, thank you for the support. To the media, who I call my friends, they've been very supportive, I think, when it comes to disseminating the information to the people. So we are saying thank you. And above all, the great people of Copperbelt that have just been there for me and for my team and for the government and for the President. Thank you so much.
All right. What can you also describe in 2024, some of the challenging issues in 2024?
First of all, before I answer your question, I want us to take a walk into the past. It's important to take a walk into the past so that this interview can do what I may call comparisons. We compare and contrast where we are coming from, where we are, and where we are going. It's important that we don't miss that tracking where we are coming from, where we have reached, and where we are going. And then we will move from there. So let me say that the past 3 years before we came into office, we are coming from a place where we had very poor road network in our province. I think Copperbelt was given a road deal when it comes to road network. All the roads were, when you pass through the roads in Ndola and other districts, you think everywhere maybe we were at war. So we had very poor road network. We had violence and vandalism. I think violence was the order of the day. Every other day there were tear gases. Every other day you meet people with blood. Vandalism was the order of the day. It wasn't possible for anyone putting on a special red t-shirt to pass through any market, pass through any bus stop. So that was the order of the day. The mining sector was hit so hard. Almost all the mines were closing down. People lost employment in thousands. And you know, Copperbelt is about the mining sector. So that is where we are coming from. Our children were not going to school, most of them, because they couldn't afford to pay the school fees including the examination fees. That's where we are coming from. Unemployment, we had, in my province, we had thousands of trained teachers, thousands of trained health personnel, those who wanted to go maybe to be employed as men in uniform, and those who lost employment in the mine sector because mines went down, all of them, including, so that was a chain reactions when it comes to contractors and suppliers. They also retrenched their people, so the unemployment levels were very high. We had water crisis of almost everywhere. Water was an issue. I'll talk about that as we move on. Retirees, my people from Copperbelt, a lot of them used to spend nights in Lusaka trying to get their retirement package. I think we still have those videos where people were sleeping at offices like the office of my cousin, Given Rubinda, waiting for their money, which they worked for many years. CDF was difficult to find. It was only just 1.6 million kwacha, and for that 1.6 million kwacha to be released, it was an issue. So most of the constituencies went without getting their CDF. In short, we never had projects for the people in the province. And what was so bad was that the province was divided, totally divided. We were divided on party lines, we were divided on tribal lines. Every sector you think of, there was serious division. There was division in the education sector, there was division in men in uniform. Unfortunately, even those who were supposed to act as referees, which is the church, there was division even in the church. So that is where we are coming from. So it's important to remind ourselves where we are coming from and where we are going. So in this interview, I'll try my best to compare and contrast so that we know where we are and where we are going. And then I'll talk about 2024, 2020, going down to 2021 when the Zambians gave His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema and his team to run the affairs of the country. So I will do it holistically so that people can understand where we are now and where we are going. Let me come back to your question. You asked about 2024. 2024 has been an interesting year. We had a lot of things, good things which happened. We also had a lot of things which I would say where, life is about ups and downs. So I'll talk about that. Let me start with the thing which affected our province. Mainly, let me talk about the drought. A lot of people responded to His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema when he talked about everyone trying to go back to the land, and they responded. Every other person, including those who are in town, those who are in rural areas, they did their best to plant maize and other crops. Unfortunately, we had drought. So I think drought affected the province in a lot of ways. I'm sure you know that as a result of drought, we also experience issues to do with load shedding, which in return affected the production and the economy of the province. And I think we had also issues like accidents where we had a good number of our youths who died because of the accidents. For example, we continued retrieving the bodies of our brothers who were trapped at the Sensei mine in Chingola. We lost our brothers at the Micron mine. We lost our youths also in Kitwe and other places. So those are some of the issues which affected us negatively in terms of life and living on the Copperbelt province in 2024. Nevertheless, we have a president, we have a blessed country. We have a president who declared that despite this drought which we had, he said no one was going to die with hunger. And for sure, because of that, Copperbelt province was given about 3,300 plus metric ton of maize, which saved the lives of people. We had food which was given freely to other people, the affected, most affected areas. We had food for work. And besides that, His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema and the team, they've gone a mile. After declaring drought as a disaster, there's what we are calling food and cash for work, where people work for 10 days, then they get that 600 kwacha. So that is going on in almost all the districts. And I can also tell you that he has sent another 800 metric tons of maize, which will be distributed soon. This is in his determination to see to it that no one is going to die of hunger. So I can also tell you that when God allows something, there must be an alternative somewhere, because He's a God who is a provider. For the Lord to allow a drought, He wanted us to think outside the box. So I can tell you that Copperbelt will come out of this drought stronger than we went in. Why am I saying that? As we are talking, I'm sure you know that government has introduced tax-free arrangement when it comes to the equipment to do with agriculture. We have seen that the president has gone round to try and put up an alternative way of getting electricity, because for the past 60 years, Zambia has been depending on the hydro power, which is almost close to 90%. So it means that when you don't have rains in that year, then the entire country is affected. This should have been done by the successful government to think outside hydroelectricity and think of an alternative in case of drought like the one which we just experienced. So the president, I'm sure, is still running up and down. I think you saw him doing a groundbreaking ceremony for another 300 megawatts in Mamba. We will have solar plants all over the country, and I think after everything said and done, we will come out of this drought stronger, because we'll have another alternative of where we'll be getting electricity away from water. And this is through solar plants, through the Mamba, using coal, and so on. So I think that is an alternative which we were lacking. Other successive governments were supposed to invest in those areas. So in short, Copperbelt will also benefit from this. I think you saw again where CEC here on the Copperbelt, they have now done 2 solar plants. The first one was the one which the president came to commission, that was about 33 megawatts, and the other one which is about 60 megawatts. I think we are also doing the third one. So we will have an alternative where we'll be getting electricity apart from the hydro power which is generated by water. And then when it comes to agriculture, I think again, because of droughts, we have also come up with alternative of trying to irrigate. Irrigation, I'm sure you know that Pongwe was declared economic zone, and I think agriculture will take center stage in that area. We will see several places, several farmers doing irrigation, like just waiting for rain season. So I think after this drought, this is why I'm saying we'll come out stronger than we went in. So on the negative part, that was what hit us on the negative part when it comes to our province, Copperbelt province.
All right, Honorable Minister, on that again, you say that in your statement, in the beginning statement, that Copperbelt was given a road when it comes to road, and this time, especially in 2024, how has government performed to ensure that the road sector is improved in the provinces? major projects in the project?
I've talked about the negative part, which was mainly caused by drought, and we thank God because the Bible says all things work together for good to those who love the Lord and those who are called by his name. Zambia is a Christian nation. The drought, for the Lord to allow it, I've said he wanted us to start thinking outside the box. Instead of depending on water, we should have solar plants, we should have the electricity being generated by coal, being generated by solar plants. Instead of depending on rains only, we should have irrigation. I've talked about that. Let me come to the road sector, and I'll talk about other sectors. I said initially that Copperbelt was given a road deal when it comes to the road network. I'll start with the main road, which connects Copperbelt to other regions. The main road, which is Lusaka-Ndola Road. I think Lusaka-Ndola Road, it connects Copperbelt to Lusaka, it connects Copperbelt to Central Province, it connects Copperbelt to Northwest, to Western, to Northern when you use this route, and other provinces. Lusaka-Ndola Road was a very important road, is a very important road to the economy of our province. When we came in, going to Lusaka was a nightmare. Accidents were happening every now and then, every day. A lot of people lost their lives. And our colleagues, the PF, they wanted to do that road at $1.2 billion. I think that raised an uproar. Even us, when we were in opposition, we said that was too it was too high. And then when we came in, with His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema, we have managed to do the same road with the same features at above $600 million only. As I'm speaking to you, the contractor is on site. And I like the speed at which the contractor who is doing Lusaka-Ndola dual carriageway is running. Let me talk about my province. I used to say that the same contractor will do Masangano to Fisenge into Luancha. And I kept on talking about this, and people are thinking I was joking. Today, as I'm speaking today, people are using a brand new road. Even yourself, if you want to, you are coming from Lusaka, you will use a brand new road from Masangano to Fisenge. We've got a brand new road from Fisenge into Luancha. So that road has been done. That was done this year, 2024. So you can see now that I want to start offloading the achievement of 2024. Masangano Fisenge into Luancha Road is done. And we are using it. I'll go into Luancha. After doing, before even doing Fisenge Luancha Road, someone planted a banana stem in town center in Luancha, saying Luancha is finished, this is how it looks like. I want to tell you that today Luancha is the only town where you find the entire town center has been done with paving. We have to pave the entire town center. And yesterday I was there, we've got street lights, and actually we've provided free Wi-Fi in Luancha town center. So we have a brand new road from Fisenge into Luancha. We have done the roads in town in Luancha. We have provided free Wi-Fi. And before I move from Luancha, I want to tell you that we will be doing selected roads in Luancha, including Lumumba, the road which goes to Ron, and in Patamato will be done. So selected roads will also be done in Luancha. So when it comes to road network in Luancha, Luancha is back to life in terms of road network, especially after we've done these selected roads in town center. Let me talk about the same contractor is I'm sure you've seen that we've already done about 3 kilometers from the mall, which is here in Ndola, going that side, and at the rate at which they are running, Lusaka and Ndora Road, I'm sure, will be completed before 2026. That I can assure you, because I've been following what's happening almost every day. Let's talk about the other.
Minister, before you move on.
Yes.
Rwansha was at one time considered as a ghost town. Now with all the development, the roads and the other economic activities, what does that mean to the people within Rwansha there?
I'll come back to Rwansha. When I come to the elephant in the room, we talk about 28 shaft. So apply your brakes. I will come back to Rwansha so that I give a picture of how these towns have come back to life. Road network, Rwansha is back to life. When I start talking about the mining sector, you will see that Rwansha is going back to those days when everyone wanted to go to Rwansha to go and, we even had the place we are calling Reki, where we had all these clubs. People used to have to go and enjoy with their families in Rwansha. We are taking it back to that level. Let me quickly talk about other roads which we've done. Chingola, Chirirabombwe Kasumbalesa Road is a very important road. PF left it in deplorable state. Driving from Chingola to Kasumbalesa used to take us almost 2 hours, 30 minutes. If you want to drive from Chingola to Kasumbalesa today, your longest you will take is about 40 minutes, 35 minutes, 40 minutes, you'll be at the border. Why? The road has been done. Brand new road from Chingola, passing through Kasumbalesa, passing through Chirabombwe up to Kasumbalesa. I'm sure you saw last month we had the signing ceremony where a contractor has been given to modernize Kasumbalesa. It will be a modern border where we'll have a shopping mall, we'll have a bank, we'll have a hotel, and the road network itself throughout Kasumbalesa will be done. We'll have a modern Kasumbalesa, in short. The long-awaited Ndola, Sakanya, Mufrira, Mokamba Road, the contractor is on site. This road was last worked on in UNIP days. Our colleagues used the 300 million on this road without doing even 1 kilometer. I don't want today to dwell much on what our colleagues failed to do. I want to dwell much on what we have done and where we are going. Right now, as I'm speaking to you, a contractor is on site. They've already done a tour from Eucharist going to Sakanya. We are going to have a modern border post at Sakanya. And then we will do the road up to Mufrira. Mufrira, I'm sure you saw us signing, we did a signing ceremony also 2 months ago to do Mufrira Mokamba Road. To cut the story short, we'll have a brand new road. Very good road from Ndola to Sakanya, Sakanya to Mufrira, Mufrira to Mokamba. Contractor is on site. And I think at the speed at which they are running, we may finish this road up to Mokambo, maybe before 2026 election. There's a road which gave nightmares to truckers and everybody. I call it notorious Chiruma Road in Kitwe. Our colleagues failed to work on that road for 10 years. Right now, a contractor is on site. It's the first ever concrete road to be done, I think, in Zambia. 7 kilometers. Right now, I was there yesterday. They've already done 90% of that road. And the target we gave them is that by 31st December, that road should be completed. So the contractor is there. We'll have a brand new road, concrete road, Chiwuluma Road. We are not only going to have to fix roads in town, we will be doing Pongwe Machia Road, including Machia Bridge. We'll be doing it. We'll be doing Mkutuma Lumpuma Road. We'll also be doing it. We have been given a good number of kilometers by His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema and his government to do selected roads in Ndola, to do selected roads in Kitwe. The same contractor who is doing Kasumbalesa border is going to do 12 kilometers selected roads in Chingola and Chirirabombwe. Mufrira will do some selected roads. So in short, we'll also do some selected roads in almost all the districts. this vision of His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema was started this year in 2024. All these roads I'm talking about. So when it comes to road network, I think Copperbelt will never be the same. By next year, we'll have a brand new, uplifted Copperbelt in terms of the road network. That's what I can tell you.
All right. Also coming to the health sector, what are some of the successes that your government or your administration has registered in the year 2024?
We've done a lot in the health sector. I think what I want to say is that we have to improve in terms of communicating to our bosses who are the voters. We don't communicate effectively. I think 2025 is a year when we need to communicate so that people can know what we've done and what we're about to do and what we'll be doing. Let me quickly go to the health sector. I'll start with the two teaching hospital, Ndola Teaching Hospital, for example. When we came in, you know, the Bible says cleanness is next to godliness. When a patient is being taken to the hospital, they should have faith that when they enter at the hospital, they should find structures which will give them hope that they'll be healed when they get into that hospital. Ndola Teaching Hospital, just from the entrance, the way it used to be, the car park, the road network, everything was like you are going maybe to a place where there was war. The hospital itself, including the mortuary where we put our loved ones, everything was leaking. The hospital was smelling. So it never gave hope to anybody who went to Ndola Teaching Hospital that they will be healed. It was just in deplorable state. With the vision of His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema, we started working on the road network from the entrance, so that when a patient is being taken into that hospital, admitted in that hospital, just from the road network itself, the car park where they'll park the vehicle to take the patient, it needed to give hope to patients. To cut the story short, we have worked on the road network at Ndola Teaching Hospital. We have put a modern state-of-the-art car park. If you go to the car park of Ndola Teaching Hospital today, you will think you are at Morningside Clinic in South Africa or any other hospital in other countries, developed countries. We've worked on the road network, we've worked on the car park. The president and the team had to release money to start working on the hospital itself. That smell which used to be at Ndola Teaching Hospital is no longer there. We are doing renovations almost everywhere. We are renovating the mortuary. We are doing innovations in almost all other wards to bring it to the standard where for sure anyone can say this is the biggest hospital on the Copperbelt province. Kitwe Teaching Hospital, the same formula which we use at Ndola Teaching Hospital, if you go to Kitwe Teaching Hospital today, which also had very bad road network, we have used the same formula, putting up a committee which was spearheaded by the DCA in Ndola. Now we have put up a committee spearheaded by the DC of Kitwe. We are working on the road network at Kitwe Teaching Hospital. We are working on the leakage. In fact, Kitwe Teaching Hospital was worse than any other hospital you can think of. People maybe didn't know. We had water which was coming down the hospital. They were using a pump to pump out that water every day. We are working on that. We are working on the leakage. It was leaking almost everywhere. We are working on the water system of the entire hospital. We are working on the car park of the hospital. If you go there, I think the car park and road network is almost 70% done. We have put up a new oxygen plant at Kitwe Teaching Hospital. In short, we are bringing Kitwe Teaching Hospital back to the standards where it's supposed to be. Besides that, For the past, in 2021, we have opened 5 level 1 hospitals. 5 level 1 hospitals. The president came to open Chifubu state-of-the-art hospital with modern equipment. State-of-the-art hospital. It has its own oxygen plant. He again came this year to open Chirabombwe Hospital, state-of-the-art. He opened Chimwemwe Hospital, state-of-the-art. He opened Chamboli Hospital, state-of-the-art. We are finishing hospital, level 1 hospital in Bwalamkuba. You'll be coming back to open that hospital. We are doing level phase 2, Masaiti District Hospital. All these hospitals I'm talking about were opened in 2024. Of course, construction started when we just came in the office. We never found any mini hospital when we came in on the Copperbelt province. I want to tell you that we've been given 21 mini hospitals which we'll do throughout the province. We have completed this year 6 mini hospitals. I can mention them. We've got Chambeshi, Maposa, there's a mini hospital there. Munkumpu in Mpongwe, there's a mini hospital there. Kawama in Mufrira East, there's a mini hospital there. And also in Patamato, there's one we are calling Patamato. We've got also a mini hospital there. So already 6 mini hospitals have been completed, and we are determined to finish all the 21 mini hospitals around the province. I also want to tell you that we have employed so far 1,600 nurses, doctors, clinical officers, name them. Let me just say health workers. 1,600 have already been employed, and we are still employed. The president gave us the first ever cancer hospital, which is under construction right now. It will be completed next year in June. It will cost us 305 million kwacha. This is a state-of-the-art hospital. You know that my people used to go to Lusaka, Copperbelt patients, those who are the cancer patients, every time they used to go to Lusaka. Even now they're still going since the hospital is under construction. But the good news is that the president has given us the first ever cancer hospital. When you are going to Kitwe, just opposite the road which goes to the airport, there's a building there, maybe some people don't know. That is a state-of-the-art cancer hospital. It will come equipped with modern equipment. So the issue of going to Lusaka, the issue of going outside of the country will be the thing of the past, because we will have the first ever new cancer hospital. And several other hospitals which we are determined to finish. We'll be finishing Mufrira District Hospital. We are putting up another district hospital in Mfwanyama. We'll be constructing another hospital in Mpongwe, the district hospital in Mpongwe. Almost all the districts, they will have either a mini hospital or a district hospital. That we are determined to do. We have built several health posts, clinics using CDF, almost every other ward. There's a clinic which has been built the past 3 years, and several of them, I went to commission them this year, 2024. I want to tell you that the same arrangement we did at Dollar Teaching Hospital. I was talking about the car park and the road network in Dollar Teaching Hospital, Kitwe Teaching Hospital. We are also doing the same at Kalulushi District Hospital. I'm using the same formula. I've put up a committee, the DC Commissioner for Kalulushi, just like we did in Ndola, just like we have done in Kitwe. The DC Commissioner for Kalulushi is spearheading that project, where we are working hand in hand, government with other stakeholders. So I want to tell you that we had a big meeting, and the response in Kalulushi was overwhelming, and I salute the business community for Kalulushi, working hand in hand with government. We are innovating the car park for Kalulushi. We are working on the road network of Kalulushi District Hospital. Several wards are being worked on. The mortuary actually has already been renovated this year. All those these works I'm talking about, Kalulushi District Hospital, have been done in 2024. The mortuary has been worked on. The shelter house for those who come to keep their patients has been built. As I'm talking to you now, contractors are busy working on the car park, they're busy working on the road network. We want to take Kalushi back to the way it used to be. I think you know Kalushi was one of the best hospitals in our province. So we are working on Kalushi and several other hospitals. Thompson, I think we are trying to see how we can come in. Runners Ross in Fula, using the same formula we have used at Kitwe Teaching Hospital and Ndola Teaching Hospital. I want to talk about the drugs. We had a problem when we came in. Prescriptions every day, go and buy, umuwenga isakumpera prescription to go and buy medicines. I want to say that when we came in 2021, we had 45% in terms of drug availability in all the hospitals and health facilities. 45%, meaning that we were below 50%. With the coming of His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema in 2022, we moved from 45% to 65%, meaning that the chain of supply had to be improved. From 2022, 2023, we moved to 80%. Now 2024, it's also good news. We have moved. I went around to check. I physically usually go to check the stocks of drugs in these hospitals. I even went up to Bongwe to check if they have drugs. We are now between 85 to 95. What is why have we improved? It's because of focused and determined leadership of His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema. I want to tell you that when we came in, budgets ya kushitama drugs was only 1.2 billion kwacha to buy drugs. Because the previous government were thinking that some patients will be buying drugs on their own. It was only 1.2 billion kwacha. This president, His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema and his team, I'm sure you have seen where budget for drugs was pushed from partly 1.2 to now 4.9 billion kwacha. This is the result of, this is why we have at least now 85 to 95% in terms of stocks of drugs in these health facilities. This is what has been done in 2024. Wherever you go, you find drugs. And I've said, if someone goes to any hospital, they don't find Panadol, they don't find, especially essential drugs for malaria and other drugs, which are supposed to find there. I think it's better they come to my office so that I find out what is happening at that health facility. You know, my office, it's the office of the people. I am the servant of the people. There is no appointment when you want to come to that office. We want to make sure that people are given drugs wherever they go when they are sick. This is what I can say. So in health sector, you can see that we've done very well in 2024, and we are still doing more in 2024. That's what I can say about health sector.
All right, Honorable Minister. Now the elephant in the room, the mining sector. How did the government fare in its quest to revamp the sector, which is the major economic backbone of this province and also the country at large?
Copperbelt is about mining sector. The word copper is a mineral. With a dead mining sector, you cannot talk about Copperbelt. This is what we found in 2021. The mining sector was completely dead. Completely dead. People lost their jobs. Mopani, I've always said, Mopani was in intensive care unit on oxygen. KCM was in the mortuary. 28 shafts in Rwanda was at the graveyard. Because the last time 28 shafts was closed 23 years ago. The entire mining sector was gone under PF. This year, we've had good news in almost every town where we have mines. His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema promised that he will make Copperbelt as his second home, and for sure he has walked his talk. Every other day he's here, and he doesn't want to come here in the offices. He wants to go and see what is happening on the ground. Mupane, which was intensive care unit, is back to life. We have a new partner there, IRH, I'm sure you are aware. They put in to the tune of $1 billion going forward. They've already spent $250 million by paying all the contractors and suppliers, including suppliers like Quito City Council, which was paid 87 million kwacha. In return, Quito City Council also paid their retirees, all the retirees for Quito City Council who waited for their money for many years have been paid. All the contractors have been paid. All the suppliers have been paid. In return, they've also paid their employees who were waiting for their money for a long time. As I'm speaking, Mopana has already employed more than 1,500. This is the more reason why I want to appeal to the people of Copperbelt. Come 2026. The Bible says you will know them by their fruits. The fruits of His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema, we have all seen them. Through these projects and everything which has been done in almost all the sectors on the Copperbelt province. Thank you to the people of Copperbelt. May God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. Well, viewers, we have come to the end of our program. We have been reviewing the year 2024, how government has fared in terms of developments in education, health, mining, water sector, and also many other sectors like education and agriculture. And my guest for today was Honorable Minister for Copperbelt Province, Mr. Elisha Matambo. And I was your host, Tauvini Ngombe, and on behalf of my production team, this has been your race. See you next time. Bye-bye.